The weather is cooling down, and that gives us the perfect opportunity to go outside and grab some photos. Have you ever wondered how to get images like this, where you're capturing that motion in the water and it's almost like it's a silky smooth flow of water? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do exactly that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, this method also works with light trails, and if you don't know what that is, it's essentially photos like this, and it allows you to basically capture motion inside your frame. And essentially, the way that we do this is we set our shutter speed on the camera to something relatively slow. So what ends up happening is, as we have that shutter open, anything that passes through the frame will get this blurred effect, whereas everything else that is static pretty much remain sharp and intact. Now, you want to keep in mind that the longer we have our shutter open, the more light is going to be let into our camera. So this is why generally when you shoot at night light trails, it's a little bit easier and it doesn't really require anything extra to get those shots, because you're simply relying on the light trails to create the image for you. And since it's night, you're not having an abundance of light enter your camera. However, on the flip side, if you're shooting during the day, like a landscape like this image here, you are going to need some aid to help you darken things up, to basically be able to properly balance your exposure. Now, the most common way to do this is to simply add a ND filter. And for those who don't know, what this is called a neutral density filter. And it comes in a few variants, and they are basically like stops. You are basically dropping your exposure by a couple of stops. I mean, these can even go up to 32. And what you are doing is essentially putting sunglasses, if you will, over your lens. And I have an example right here, actually. So here is one of my ND filters, and you can see it's actually quite dark. And to give you an even better idea, if I go ahead and put this over the lens, you can actually see how much darker it got, right? That's without, and that is with an ND filter. And so it helps when you want to take shots like this, because like I said earlier, by keeping that shutter open, you are allowing a lot more light to enter into the sensor. And to combat that and still be able to get a proper exposure, you're going to need to put something in front of your lens. Well guys, that is going to wrap up the video here. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know exactly when we upload new videos for you. With that said, I will see you all in the next one.